Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for joining us here at Indigo Moon. You know, sometimes a person tries so hard to be honest and sincere and to pour their heart out or hearts out because different individuals are trying to express themselves, to be who they are, and they are silenced. This is why it's so important for you to love yourself, to make the necessary connections between you and God. Because no matter what goes on outside of you, internally, when you are connecting with God, especially through that meditation and prayer, you find those connections help you to grow and persevere. You see, when people don't understand you, they are quick to point fingers and to judge you as well. They know not what it is that is really going on, but they'll make it act, or they'll act as though, they do know what they're talking about. And a lot of that is fear, because they don't understand. We all are going to have different points and moments of perspective that we are reaching a great understanding. Everyone's not going to understand because they've not had that experience. Sometimes when a person doesn't have an experience, they're conflicted. A man is upset because he's rejected by another person. When he's rejected by that next person, he doesn't understand. And he's unable to reach that person because that person is spent, as they say. That person is done. They've closed the door. They said, I've tried so many times. I'm done. Now it's time for me to gain introspection and to grow and learn and to go further into my self-love journey. Because he feels rejected, he gets this plan together and he starts talking to the community, talking to his friends, talking to anyone who will listen and saying negative things about that person who left. That person who left is moved on. They're not even thinking about the past. But this person will do different things intuitively, spiritually, to still get that person's attention as often as possible, thinking that this is what's going to help. When a person separates, they're going through their own healing. Sometimes it's great just to let them move on, especially when you know of the wrongs that you committed. We all are going to have these experiences where we do something that we know we should not have done. And when we're not as quick to apologize, when we're not as quick to understand, when we're not as quick to learn from our mistakes, and we learn a lot later. Sometimes people learn a lot later. Sometimes it takes them a whole year. Sometimes almost a lifetime for them to understand and to remember and to see their wrongs. So the other person goes on, and this person is now wanting that person back. We are all healing, all in different positions. And when we're in different placements and we don't understand, we sometimes will get a whole group of people to get on our side and to try to go against that person. That takes the healing process a lot longer, because it's going to take you a lot longer to heal after all the wrongs that you did. And the other people who are involved, because they don't know the full truth, and they took part in it, now they have to suffer. And the karmic wheel continues to roll. And while it's wheeling, it's like that snowball. It's picking up more snow as it goes along. And in this case, it's picking up more people. So now because one person suffered and brought all of these other individuals to get involved, all will have to suffer. This is why my father used to say, believe half of what you hear. Because when you believe and you go on, you take sides, now you put yourself in a position that God didn't even ask you to get into. You're minding someone else's business, and now you're working against an innocent person. The results of this will not be good. So let us learn to mind our own business. Because we have enough of our own business besides trying to get involved with someone else's. Trying to fight someone else's fight. Trying to be a part of something that has nothing to do with you. Let us begin the new process of minding our own business, focusing on what's important to us, learning to love ourselves, because if you love yourself, you're not going to do anything bad against another individual, because you know that you don't want to feel that wrath. If I love myself, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to make sure that I am focused on what's going to help me. And if someone else comes along and they have a similar problem, I might be able to help that person. But I cannot nurture a plant that is not mine when I know good and well that this plant belongs to someone else. I can only help them to put more water in that plant because maybe I have a little water. Or maybe take that banana peel, slice it up, and put it in that soil so that that plant fertilizes itself. So that I'm going to help fertilize someone else's plant when I haven't planted and fertilize my own? How is that possible? Let us think about this in more simpler terms. The plant needs to grow. You need to grow. That plant needs to be nurtured. You need to be nurtured, as well as other people. But if we start with us on this self-love journey, we will be able to help others, but we have to first help ourselves. God helps those who help themselves as well. Thank you so much for joining me.